I want to pivot into something that I think we talked about off the record, well, like a couple months ago. We debated whether I could correct myself now that I've had time to marinate on the conversation. But we debated if CM Punk is a bigger star than Cody Rhodes in 2023. And you said CM Punk. I ain't mad at that. I said Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Word on the streets is, according to Fightful.com, when CM Punk returned, he made about over six figures off his merch alone in his state of Chicago, which makes sense.
Right.
But guess who topped him in merchandise sales and reportedly broke a Chicago record? Cody Rhodes did. So I'm not saying that shatters all arguments, but what I'm saying is this is something that lends itself to my argument that in 2023 this version of Cody Rhodes matters a little bit more to WWE, and he is the face of that company. We saw on the tribute to the troops, he basically took the John spot of, hey, thank you so much for allowing us to entertain you. And he was the spokesperson. So I just think it points to my argument a little bit more. I'm not saying that's the only factor, but what are your thoughts on that?
I will give you a clear-cut reason why it doesn't, right? Because fair to say both Cody and both Punk were gone from WWE for a long time, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
Go look at Punk's return views and go look at Cody's return views.
That's a good counter.
I think that's a clear-cut shatter of everything right there.
No, that's a good. Nah, I like that. That's an excellent counter. He had one of their most social media digital views ever.
Ever.
So I respect that. But do you know how hard it is to outsell Punk's merch in Chicago? Other than Michael Jordan, there might not be a more beloved Chicago
No,
athlete slash
it's not hard.
entertainer out of Chicago. It's not hard. See, this is what I don't
Nah,
like. It's hard because nobody else has done it.
no, but here's the thing, Dave. Punk is coming back. They already had a solid foundation with Cody in his merchandise. He was already on a roll.
Right.
You see what I'm
Which is
saying?
another part of my argument. Cody Rhodes has mostly been number one. It's been a rotation throughout the year with Cody, Roman, and LA Knight, but it's mostly been Cody. And Punk is back now. It's still Cody for the. I know we gotta give him some time, but it's still Cody. At the end of the day, if you made over six figures, we don't know the exact number, but that just tells me Cody was in the 7 and 8s. So at the end of the day, I like the metric of dollars more than I like the metric of strictly views. But the views are valid. I ain't gonna disrespect that. That's valid.
Listen, the power to the people, bro. Power to the people. More people glamored and was foaming out the mouth for him to be back home than Cody.
Now the only pushback I gotta give to that is
that just shows he's the bigger star.
No, you make a valid counter argument. That's an excellent counter argument. But here's the main pushback I would give it. CM Punk didn't get those views. I think he has an argument to being a bigger star. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. But CM Punk got those views not necessarily because he's automatically the bigger star in 2023, 2024. He got those views because the guy that was saying he would never do it, that was talking all the shit, that was doing all of this, we thought about it, but most people didn't think it would happen this soon and ever. So the shock value was greater. That's why he got those views. Now, I'm not gonna piss on his star power, but the views were because of shock value, not because of star value.
Why was the shock value greater, dog?
Because
bro.
Oh no, his star power is not debatable. But the shock value was there because we didn't think he would swallow his pride and go back after everything.
when he was gone
So
too.
he has that shock value of being a upset employee previously that he had to his advantage. Whereas
That's true.
when Cody left, Cody was unhappy, but he left peacefully.
He
So
did. Yeah,
I
but
think we can't tell the story of CM Punk without including his frustrations and all the shock value he puts together through that.
no, yeah, but part of that is the star power, David. That's what I'm saying. Part of those frustrations and all the havoc he was causing. You can't cause that havoc without being a big time, you know what I mean, superpower. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, you know, we have to sit here and say that he's the biggest star. Look at the shift that he makes just by his presence.
It's true. It's
You know,
true.
Cody didn't make that type of shift.
No, it's true. He did. He changed the landscape of things. But I think Cody has made again. I think Cody has made a shift. If you pay attention to, he's made a shift that you got to take a little closer to the details to realize. Yo, straight up, for a while. Come on, you've been following the product for a while. I would say from 2010. I would say to 2010 up until Cody came back, be honest, for the most part, WWE, and some of that is because people are trolls and people like to mess around with shit. But for the most part, for a good 10 to 15 years, WWE was struggling to get the good guys the cheered and the bad guys properly booed. Ever since Cody came back and was that ultimate good guy. Like we've been saying, Roman Reigns needs to pull off a mega undisputed number one babyface good guy run. I think
True.
Cody, in his 2 years back, has learned to do that, carry that undisputed good guy load, and because of that, if you notice, there isn't no. For the most part, overall, good guys are cheered, bad guys are booed. Cody restored that dynamic for being so good at carrying that number one spot, being the clear cut, clean, good guy. He won over the women, he won over the adult men, he won over the children. Most people haven't been able to do that over the years. And I think he restored the dynamic of liking the white meat cookie cutter good guy that will fight
You
for
said
good.
since
He did that.
you
Why do we
you
overlook
you
the little things?
you said since 2010.
I would argue since we got into this era, for the most part, the Seth Rollins Roman Reigns era, they're around their era.
Mm-hmm.
WWE has struggled to consistently have a good guy at the very tippy top maintain a mega reaction.
That's
He
not true.
yeah, who
That's not
has?
that's not true.
Who
You
has?
forgetting about D Bryan.
No, I'm not giving that to him. You want to know why I
You
can't
ain't
give
giving
that
that
to
to D
him?
Bryan.
You
That
want
yes
to know why
movement
I
was
can't
strong.
hold on. You want to know why I can't give that to him? The Yes movement was not very long, and Daniel Bryan, I love him to death. He was never the undisputed number one good guy
Yeah, he was
for
during that time.
years. For years, he was
He,
never the baby face of the company. He just wasn't.
well, yeah,
Uh,
he got
He
hurt,
just
so it didn't
wasn't.
extend.
He's not that
It didn't
type of
extend.
guy.
It didn't extend. No, but for those 2 years, he for those solid 2 years, he that yes movement made him the number one good guy
He was the number one good
for
guy.
those solid 2 years. Cody hasn't even got 2 years under his belt yet,
Cody has been back for 2 years.
but he got hurt too. Remember,
I'm not playing that game. I'm not counting that injury
he
against.
got hurt just like Brian.
He got hurt
We got
and
if we're gonna count it for Brian, we got to count it for
he
him.
got hurt in a freak accident working out, but that's neither here nor there. Brian was a big star, but Brian to the casual fan wasn't Daniel Bryan is the internet people's guy. He's not the universal guy or poster child.
He
He's
had
not.
everybody on his. Nah, during the Yes movement, he had everybody,
He
Dave. You
did.
can't do that.
He
He
did,
had
but
everybody.
he did. but he's not the number one guy. He never was. And part of that because when that was happening, Cena was slightly still lurking. Cena was still somewhat hanging in there. So he couldn't necessarily be, even if he wanted to. But he was never that guy. Hell, he kind of, to a small degree, before Punk left, he had to scrap behind Cena, behind Punk. He was never that. Never. So I'm not accepting
not
Daniel
sure.
Bryan.
Nah, because Punk was out of the picture. You're
Punk
forgetting
came
Punk.
out of the picture in 2014. But
That's what I mean.
in
That's the
12,
years I'm talking about, though. I'm
so
talking about 14, 15. He was the hottest man on the planet. He
he
was.
still had to deal with Cena,
He
unfortunately.
he was a little
Unfortunately.
hotter than Cena. He was a little hotter than Cena. Even Cena put him over. That's how hot he was.
I don't think Daniel Bryan did the impact of the he didn't impact the company how Cody's impacted the company, bro. How Cody's impacted wrestling for all of AEW's issues.
I don't know, man.
For all of AEW's issues, at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes started them. He gave people more options to make more money, to do more, get more exposure. He came back and, like I said, he restored the dynamics between good and evil better. He came back and arguably gave Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns arguably their best WrestleMania matches. These sorts of things, I don't think Punk is going to be able to pull out his ass in 2023. Now, if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. But I think Cody has done
Listen,
a lot that on paper and off paper. Whereas CM Punk, he just came back, he got those views, but what have you done since?
what has he been allowed to do? You know what I mean? They're slow grinding him.
And I think that's the right thing to do.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
again,
You know,
though,
he's older. Let's not forget he's way older than Cody. Let's not
way old
forget
is a stretch.
he is. I'm pretty sure he has a
I
good
think
4 or 5 on
Punk's
him.
45, and I think Cody's like
Yeah, Punk's
36, 37.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
not
That's
way
a
older
good
in
amount of
wrestling
years.
years.
That's a good amount. Yeah,
In
it
wrestling
is.
years.
That's a good amount of years. That's a good amount. Cody's in prime years.
Mm-hmm.
This dude's in past prime years. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference on that. So he has to get slow grinding. He needs some tune ups. But I think after he gets his tune ups under his belt, you're gonna see the real Punk. You're gonna see the real Punk. Wait till after Royal Rumble. I'm telling you.
Listen, I'm patient. I conceded that. I received that. I'm not saying that it's over and write him off. I expect
He's still the better
I
man.
expect Punk to give us good television. I expect good shows out of him. But
Listen,
I do
Cody.
think in 2023, Cody adds more total value. He adds more total value to and I think they recognize it.
There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way because, like I said,
How is there no
the
way if he's
the whole
how is there no
world
way if he's essentially
the
in the
whole
seat?
world just stopped, David,
How's that? But I
for the
gotta ask
guy.
you, how is there no way if Cody literally basically, I'm not saying he is the equal to this man. How is there no way if he basically took the Cena spot? That's a big
What
spot
makes
to
you say?
take.
What makes you say
He
that though?
took the Cena spot.
What makes you say that when Roman exists?
Roman,
That's what's
see,
confusing.
we're getting it twisted.
Roman is the Cena of
No,
this time.
that's how I look at it. Is Roman absolutely is the biggest draw and star. Period. That's period. End of story. But
All right,
Roman isn't that. He's not that lead hero. He's not that, and that's cool. But he's not doing.
for
He's
now.
not for now. Hell, for 3-4 years, he hasn't been the lead hero.
Right, but
Cody is. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that we're in a unique phase where it just so happens the biggest draw isn't the lead hero. Usually, the biggest draw is the lead hero, and Roman Reigns isn't
that's
the
what I'm
lead
trying to tell you,
hero.
Dave. The biggest draw is the Cena seat.
No,
That's the Cena
but
seat.
see, that's the problem. That's where we disconnect. That is the Cena seat, but Cena seat is so much more. Cena seat is is getting people behind him, no matter who he's facing. The people are behind him. Cena seat is getting the loudest reaction, the loudest cheers consistently. The Cena seat is doing the media, doing the press. It's not just what's on television. It's how you promote the company, how you grind.
Well,
There's more to Cena seat
here's what you're
than being
forgetting.
the number one draw.
But here's what you're forgetting, David. That there was a lot of years with Cena where he wasn't getting the loudest
Again,
cheers, but he was still the
again,
biggest
let's
draw.
be fair. Was he not still the most beloved guy? Even when they were doing Let's Go Cena, Cena sucked. Was he not the most beloved guy? We knew that was a troll. I'm not even
Not when
entertaining
the
that
internet,
shit, man.
not when the
Yeah.
internet era came in. They would try to cheer other people on
Hold on.
purpose.
Right,
So
right. So was it because Cena wasn't that nigga, or was it because they just wanted
but
to
that's
cheer
what I'm
their
telling you.
favorites on purpose?
No,
Come
that's
on,
what I'm telling
man.
you. What we're trying to do right now is we're trying to change the rules for Cody. We can't change the rules. The rules is
Please explain that.
because the rules is that the biggest guy who's bringing in the biggest draw, who's bringing in the biggest attraction, that's the Cena seat. Cody at the end of the day still has work to do to get that.
That's it. That's it.
That's what it is, Dave. That's what it is. We can't change up the rules. Now, is he the number one baby face? Absolutely. I'll agree with you on that. But we can't give him the Cena seat. I have a problem with the label. That's all I'm saying, Dave. I just got a problem with the
Because
label that we're
you're
giving
looking
him.
at the label from one lens. I didn't say he was the biggest draw. I said he filled the Cena seat of being the lead hero in getting and maintaining the reaction. That's proven to be hard for everybody else that tried. Everybody else that
Mhm.
tried, especially recently. It's not an easy thing to do. It's especially not easy when they took the risk of making him lose. It's not easy to maintain that.
Right.
So the
Right.
fact of the matter is, and let's be fair, while we need Punk to have more time to do more things. We haven't even seen if Cody could take it to an even bigger star level once he wins the championship. If he wins it, so he could break away and create a gap for all we know by having a crazy run at the top with the big one.
That's true. That's definitely true. But the same thing can apply for Punk.
How can it?
The same
But
exact
you know what's gonna
apply.
happen when it?
When Punk wins this World Heavyweight Championship, who knows what type of wonders he's gonna be? Like his mode is just getting started. You know what I mean? They're slow grinding him. You know what I'm saying, David? They slow grinding the hell out of him. Like he really hasn't been really unleashed. Like I said, what they should have did is tune him up with some promos, tune him up with some matches. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what they should be doing with him, but I'm okay with what they're doing right now. To get him back acclimated with the WWE system because he's been so far away from the system. Last time we seen Punk with the WWE system, he was a top 3 star in the whole business.
For sure, without question. At the end of the day, I think you're making arguments, and I'm giving you the arguments. My only pushback is one: you don't seem to think Cody Rhodes has done much. He hasn't won the title yet, and he's made a tremendous impact. That's scary to me because when he wins the championship, like I said, it could win another level. And you're giving. My problem is this: see, if CM Punk doesn't live up to the hype, he has a built-in out from people like you. He's old. When if he starts not living up to hype, he's gonna have the out that he's old. Cody's not gonna have an out.
Wait a minute.
Cody's not gonna have an out if he don't live up to the hype with the run. Is that not fair to say?
Wait a minute.
He has the out of
Wait a
he
minute.
needs to get used to it. My guy, you got creative control more than you've ever had under the WWE umbrella, and you got
Wait
flamed
a
by
minute.
Seth
Wait a
Rollins,
minute.
bro, in a promo. Come on,
Wait a minute,
bro.
Dave.
Why is he getting these
Wait a minute, Dave.
outs?
Wait a minute, Dave. So is it an out or is it a
It's
fact?
both.
Is it a fact? One guy is in his prime, the middle of his prime years. The other guy is past it. You know what I mean? That's why you got to get somebody like that. You got to get him some tune-ups. You got to let him still get at least a few months under his belt before you throw him in a promo battle with Seth Rollins. Like what type of shit is that?
That's
They did
the
him dirty.
fact
They
that
did him dirty on
you're
that, bro.
saying Punk, someone of his caliber, and I hold them into a very high regard, especially verbally. The fact that you're saying this man needed tune up because he's 45 just tells me that he ain't.
Why you act like 45 is young?
For what I'm saying is 45 verbal. Your verbal skills should not diminish when you're as good of a talker as Punk.
Dave, we already had this
No,
discussion,
we
bro.
didn't. We didn't. We did it verbally.
Dave,
I understand.
everything
Athletically.
diminishes when you get older, David. Everything
No,
diminishes.
no,
Your reflexes, your timing, your potency,
no.
everything that. Look what Rock just did on Monday. Look at the bullshit he just gave us on Monday. Look at that bullshit, David.
Yo, leave him alone, dog. I still was satisfied.
It's diminished, bro.
So you saying the Rock didn't have mics, don't have mic skills no more? Come on, man.
No,
he can't build up a match with a promo no more. Get out of my face, bro.
Dave, Dave, he needs practice.
He needs practice. This is shameful, dog. You're saying some of the greatest talkers need practice, dog.
When you're older, you need practice, bro. You need a little bit of. When you're older and you spend mad time away from the business.
Even Ric Flair needed a Jay Lethal.
You need practice. You need to do it for a little while to get the WWE.
I disagree with that. Again. I disagree with that because.
Why do you disagree with that when this player?
Hold on, because he came from a place. Real calm. He came from a place where he could say whatever he wants, swear wherever he wants, talk wherever he wants, do whatever he wants.
What's your point? What's your point?
AEW? No, my point is. Listen, we know what AEW is, but my point is that was your practice.
That's not practice. That's no discipline.
Come on, Sammy, man.
That's no discipline.
That's your practice, bro.
How was that practice? Just because they let you do whatever you want.
That's how Punk says he liked it. He says he likes not being handcuffed too much, right?
Punk's a bullshit.
Yo, you see, this dude always has
Punk's a bullshitter.
Punk said that's how he likes it.
Punk's a bullshitter, bro. His best product was when you had structure, when you had discipline.